If you want to get stronger at push-ups, I guarantee you're going to walk away with some awesome nuggets, man. I promise. What's happening, YouTube? What's going on? So, welcome to my 8 nuggets to increase push-up strength, coming from a 59-year-old. If you want to get stronger at push-ups, I guarantee you're going to walk away with some awesome nuggets, man. I promise. And so, to get started, the first thing I like to do is show you where I collapsed at this Sally Up, Sally Down challenge. I collapsed at 129. Check it out. Oh my God. Oh my God. I thought it was badass. I swear, man. I thought, man, I'm going to rock this challenge. This challenge is not easy. It's just 30 push-ups, man. It's 3 minutes and 20 seconds long. And it's a freaking actual challenge, man. And so I had to face getting stronger. How was I going to get stronger? Okay. I went and I did a little research and I came across Athlean X. Athlean X discusses taking care of energy leaks. I said, what is energy leaks? Well, he said,
so what you want to do is you want to stabilize everything down below. And it starts here. You literally get up onto your toes. Don't sink in, because when I sink, I can bounce. So tight ankles. Straighten out your knees by tightening up your quads as hard as you can. Squeeze your butt as hard as you possibly can. Okay? Get your abs tight. I've taken out all the potential areas for energy leak from here down, which means that the force I'm trying to exert into the ground can now actually go right into the ground as optimally as possible without it being lost.
The head too, he doesn't talk about that, but I noticed that if my head is this way, it feels one way. If it's this way, it feels another way. The other thing is your hand placement, man. Your hand and arm placement makes such a big difference, man. I didn't know this. The first thing is that I hold my hands out like this so that I could get an equal contribution between the chest and the triceps, because if you move your arms this way, man, it's all freaking triceps, man. I didn't know that the push-up is tricep dominant. If you would have asked me before doing this challenge, I would have said, hey, it's all chest, man. Push-ups is a chest exercise. And even though the chest is involved, the triceps, in my case, is where I end up falling apart, and the triceps are always the thing, man, because I have to lift my body up. And so when I can't, it's all triceps. And so what's going on with this? The hand placements, you have to figure out where you stand within your own hand placements. I can't tell you. You have to figure that out. Some people hold themselves up this way. Some people feel stronger here. It all depends. It takes a little bit of just trying that out within your practices. And I promise you, man, once you get used to the whole energy leaks, which takes a lot of getting used to, you're going to see that your push-ups, man, are just a lot more smoother. All right, so number 2 is the negatives, man. Dorian Yates, man, he's always talking about make sure you take care of the negatives, because that's where your strength is, man. And so every time I fall apart, when I first fell apart at 129, I continued, man, and with the negatives, got up, negatives, and I continued, man. And when I couldn't straight up, I got on my knees and I continued with the negatives, and that helped a lot. Look at my progress, man. More progress. More progress. All right, man, as you can see, man, I made push-up gains, so I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so number 3 is incline and decline push-ups. Now, incline push-ups, since you're inclined, right? You're able to bang out more push-ups, man. And because of this, I was able to get stronger doing incline push-ups, because what I was doing is that I was able to bang out more push-ups, and as a result, I got stronger. And then decline. declines make the push-ups a lot heavier, man. And so that's self-explanatory. So between negatives, incline and decline, you are set to make push-up gains for sure. Okay, and so now number 4, diamond push-ups. And like I discussed, the push-up is tricep dominant for me. And so because it's tricep dominant, I better work those triceps, man. And so the best way to work out the triceps is to do diamond push-ups. And so I did the whole challenge just this way. Or sometimes I will do the straight up push-up challenge with my arms this way, and then I will go ahead and I would do another session, diamond push-ups, straight up as much as I can, off the belly, off my knees, man. Whatever you have to do, just get down with diamond push-ups, man. They're freaking awesome. Okay, diamond push-ups is number 4, and now into number 5, weighted push-ups. This is something that I took on later on. Now, mind you, I've done 73 push-up challenges, man, so please, man, know what I'm talking about. So weighted push-ups, I put on a 5 kg vest, and I did the challenge. I extended the challenge, and I tried my best to do it because my logic is, if I'm wearing a 5 kg vest, and I practice for 2 days, then when I get to the original challenge, I'll get stronger. And yes, it worked. And so that's one thing. The second thing that I did was that I did slow 1-minute push-ups down and then up. And so what I'm doing is that I'm causing that resistance, because the Sally up, Sally down challenge, you're here for a while, you're going, and then right there. So the 1-minute push-up, it was really good with a weighted vest. You could do a backpack, you could put a plate behind, just get creative, man. What you want to do is that you want to be able to lift heavy so that you can get stronger. Okay, so number 6 is rest time, which is up to you, man. I'll tell you, I'm one that likes to crank. I'm one that needs to be in the zone. So rest time, I already tried that out, and I realized that I rest for 5 days and I got stronger. Then I rested for 5 days and I got weaker, man. One thing for sure is that push-ups contain a life of their own. So it's very difficult to try to orchestrate what's going to happen based on your efforts. You never know. You could do a whole bunch, man, and come back weaker. You could do a whole bunch and come back stronger, man. And so when it comes to rest time, I tried the rest time. I also feel that I need to stay within the groove of things, man. So it's 2 to 3 days. I get down and I do something. The drills are the incline, decline, and with the weighted vest, and then the actual challenge is where I give it a shot to see what happens. And so what I do is that I do it every 2 to 3 days, sometimes 4 days, depends. If my chest is busted and is all sore, then I rest a little bit more. Okay, and nugget number 7 is dealing with plateaus. This is the most important nugget. The most important nugget, because if you think you're just gonna go up the ladder and get stronger and stronger and stronger, man, with this type of challenge, you're mistaken. And so that's very important to clarify, that you may make a certain amount of gains, and then you're gonna see that this challenge is not as easy as you thought. And what's gonna happen is there's this 64-year-old, or he's 65 now. His name is Mark Johnson. He took on the challenge, man. He's done it about 5 times, and he's noticed, man, that this challenge is a freaking challenge, man. And so he's like, oh my God. And I watch him, right? And I start seeing, because I'm used to the music and where the heat happens, and I start to see him. He starts to shake, he starts to panic, he starts to look at the time, because he's starting to feel, man. And so there's anxiety that comes. And so when you deal with plateaus, right, you just gotta know it. Like, okay, incline, you're gonna hit a wall like Arnold Schwarzenegger talks about. So after the incline, when you see your body's busted from doing the incline, you're gonna have to change up. And so changing up like tricks the body into something different so that you can get out of that and embrace something new to get stronger. Otherwise, you just toss and turn. I know this through experience about tossing and turning, man. That's why I'm delivering these nuggets to you, man. And so the incline, the decline, and knowing that the body takes on its own forces, man. Like one day you're gonna wake up strong, one day you're gonna feel weak and be strong. There's many times where I felt like off and I was stronger. There was sometimes I felt like, I could take on the world, and I was freaking weaker, man. And so there's no rhyme or reason between what's gonna happen. You have to face it and almost be very clear and open to it, embrace it. get down and just say, let's do it, baby, and then just take it from there, man. So if you're prepared to take on plateaus, then this means that you're prepared to steer away and embrace new ways of training to get stronger, which are these 8 nuggets, man. All right, man. So nugget number 8 is dealing with myths, man. You have to make sure that you clear out all the myths like, yo, man, you're not a spring chicken anymore. You reached your genetic strength potential, man. You have to erase all those things, man, because you never know unless you try it. If you go by the myths of, hey, man, you too old, man, or that's the maximum strength that you're at because of myofibula, whatever they say, you're not gonna find out. And so what's gonna happen is that had I listened to any of that during my setbacks, I would have been like, well, that's how strong I am, man. I gave it my best shot. And so that, but you have to realize that you gotta give it all, man. You have to try this, you have to try that. You have to see, okay, well, I want to get stronger, so how can I do that, rather than, oh, well, you know, you are this, or you reach this, or you can't because of this. And just have that in your head that you have to get all of that material out. You got to get it outside, because it's not going to do you any good. If you're carrying those type of presets, then you're destined to think you can't do better. You can't increase your strength, man, which is a lie. So you have to get rid of all those lies, I'm telling you. Okay, and the bonus nugget here is to have a clear mental state, man. You don't want to go in trying to beat the game. You don't want to go in with the attitude, man, because push-ups are the push-ups. You're going to see for yourself that one day is not the same as yesterday. And so your mental state, what I try to do is maintain a clear mind, if I can. It's not easy. It takes practice. A clear mind means that I'm not trying to premeditate anything. I'm not trying to make anything happen. I try going in there with anger. I tried imagining a guy with a sledgehammer over my head. I try that. And what I notice is that it may work sometimes. It may not work. So, you know, the best thing is to have a clear mind and breathe. Bring Sally up, bring Sally down. And sometimes when I come up this way, I take a real deep breath and I can feel the breath coming in me. And that's very important, because if the breath is not within a nice rhythm, then I have a tendency to like steer myself into panic mode, only because that the breath and the mind, they work together, man. And so the mental state is really, really, really important. That also means patience with this challenge, patience with your increases, patience with your setbacks, and a mind that's clear enough to try different things as you go along. And so I hope, man, this is helpful, man. It's helping me, man. As you saw, man, I rock 311, man. And if you see, man, I'm freaking no joke when it comes to giving it all I got. And so anyway, if these nuggets helped you out, I'd love to hear your nuggets too, man. So anyway, man, until the next video, catch ya.